So we'll go for the ILD for bending moment. Since we have seen shear force, now we'll go for ILD for bending moment diagram. So in case of ILD for bending moment, again we'll consider 1 kilonewton load. Okay, and just to read out this one. So consider a simply supported beam of span L subjected to a single point load of 1 kilonewton load, and the load is moving from left to right. The distance of 1 kilonewton from left support is x. See the diagram here, it shows. Now I will consider one more section, that is JJ at a distance A. This is A, not U. Okay, this is at a distance A from point A. Again simply we multiply, we do our simple calculations with sigma x is equal to 0, or sorry, sigma y is equal to 0 and sigma mb is equal to 0. I got RA is equal to L minus x by L, RB is equal to x by L. Now what is the bending moment at section JJ from right side? This is section JJ, and from the right side if you calculate, it is going to be x by L into L minus A by L minus A. Simplify it, you'll get L minus A by L into x. Okay, simply L minus A by L, x I'm taking outside. Similarly, if you substitute x is equal to 0 here, you'll get bending moment at JJ is equal to 0. If you substitute x is equal to A, you'll get L minus A by L into A. Similarly, at x is equal to L, A is equal to L. So L minus L will become 0. So bending moment will be 0. Okay, so we'll take up one problem here. So a single wheel load of magnitude 100 kilonewton is moving over a bridge of span 16 meters. The span of the beam is 16 meters and it is moving from left to right. So we have to calculate the bending moment at a section 5 meters from left support. So wherever we have to calculate our bending moment, we have to draw our bending ILD for bending moment. Okay, how is our ILD for bending moment? We have seen here, it is a type of triangle, and the maximum value is L minus A by L into A. So first we draw this triangle first at 5 meters. Why? Because he is asking us to calculate bending moment at 5 meters, even though the load is at 3 meters, but we have to calculate bending moment at this point. Okay, so draw the triangle and calculate this L minus A by L into A. You got 3.5 by 3.43. L minus A by 16 minus 5 by 16 into 5. You got 3.5. Now simply wherever there is 100 kilonewton, you drop the ordinate and name it as y1. So 3, our height by base is equal to height by base. That means 3.43 by 5 is equal to y1 by 3. y1 is equal to 2.05. So bending moment at C is nothing but simply force into ordinate. Since it is point load, we go for force into ordinate. If it is UDL, we'll go for total intensity of UDL plus into area of the trapezoid. Okay, so this is how we calculate your bending moment when the load is at 3 meters. Now he is asking us to calculate 8 meters from left support. That means my UDL is 8 meters from left support. So my section is here, whereas the load is at 8 meters. So simply this value will be same, only the ordinate will change, that is 2.49. So bending moment is equal to 100 into 2.49. You got 249 kilonewton meter. So we all know that whenever the load is at the center, whenever you calculate when the load is at the center, you will get maximum bending moment. So this is how you got your bending moment values with the help of influence line diagram. Okay, so we'll go for the next problem, that is a live load of 50 kilonewton per meter and 8 meter long moves on a simply supported girder of span 10 meters. Find the maximum bending moment which can occur at a section 4 meters from left support. Also find absolute maximum bending moment. So again here in this case, we have to place the load and we have to calculate the maximum bending moment value. Okay, we don't know where we have to calculate maximum bending moment which can occur at 4 meters. At 4 meters I have to calculate bending moment, and where the load will be we don't know, right? We have to place the load in such a way that we should get maximum bending moment at 4 meters. Okay, so for that case we have a simple expression, that is average load on AC should be equal to average load on CB or BC. Okay, so we have seen already how to calculate this one, so we will see once again. So what we'll do, we will try to split this one UDL into two different parts. Okay, one is I'll take this point as Z and remaining as 8 minus Z. Okay, I don't know what is Z, I don't know what is the value of Z. Okay, so we'll try to calculate that one. So 50 into 8 minus Z, this is the portion on AC. So this is the portion which will be going on AC, and this is the portion will be going on BC. Okay, so 50 into 8 minus Z by 4, this one, 50 into 8 minus Z by 4, what is this 4 is the span of AC. Similarly, it should be equal to 50 into Z by 6. Okay, so you simplify this one, you will get the value of Z as 4.8 meters. So we have to place at 4.8 meters this way, and here it should be 3.2 meters. Totally you will be getting UDL as 8 meters. Okay, so now at that point you calculate, you will be getting maximum bending moment for that particular point. Okay, so you got 2.4 as the ordinate, so multiply with that ordinate, you will get maximum bending moment at 4 meters. This is maximum bending moment at C, which is 4 meters. So 5576 kilonewton meter. Now absolute maximum bending moment is nothing but it should be placed in such a way that the entire UDL should be at the centroid of the UDL, and the center of the beam should coincide. Okay, so I am placing entirely at the center of the beam. Here the entire UDL is 4 meters, so here also 8 meters, the entire span of the UDL is 8 meters, so it should be here 4 meter, and here also it should be 4 meters, equally distributed on span AC and BC. So you got 600 kilonewton meter. Simplification is very simple. Once you see the notes, you will get the values. Okay, so this is how we calculate your maximum bending moment at different points, and shear force, and even your what we say, your shear force and reactions with the help of these values. Okay, influence line diagram. So this unit is very important. We can expect two long answer questions from this unit. Many a times they used to give 2 long answers from this unit, especially many times. So don't miss any topic of from this unit. It will be very useful for you, and it is very interesting. Once you get the key of this unit, once you understand the concept, all the things will be easy. It is very easy to understand all the topics. It is very simple. You go through the notes, each and every step. My notes are there. You can I'll try to share this PDF also in the group, so that it will be easy for you to solve the problems as well. Okay, so go through the videos very carefully. You will understand all the things. Okay, so we'll try to take up one more problem from this one. Absolute 2-point loads. 2-point loads is also important, since we have to mark our equivalent UDL also for that. So we'll take up that one. So a wheel load consisting of 2 axles, 10 kilonewton, 15 kilonewton, and so simply we have to draw a bending moment diagram at 2 meters. Since here they are asking us to calculate bending moment at 2 meters and 20 meters, find absolute maximum bending moment, also find equivalent UDL for maximum bending moment. Okay, so when the load is at 15 kilonewton, all the values we have to place here, and we have to calculate all the bending moments for each and every case. Okay, these are the cases when the load is 10 kilonewton at C. So finally I just wanted to show this diagram. Okay, so maximum value at 2 meters is this one, and one center is 140, 79. Once you join all the values, you get a parabola like structure. So that is your equivalent UDL. Okay, so the problem is there in the notes. Even we have solved this problem many times, in our class also. Just go through that, you will understand the concept very easily. Okay, maximum values should be placed here, maximum values. Okay.